What? I'm in the day.
Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's the NFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports. The San Francisco 49ers taking on the Carolina Panthers.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Carolina Panthers and the San Francisco 49ers. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
And I have to believe at his age, you savor situations like this because nobody knows better than he does. They're getting to the...
And right away, he lost the football. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And this is
Dalton here from the gun. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
Take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The ball carrier.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. On third down, here's Coleman. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run on first down. It's Patterson, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Tackle made at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
34-yard line.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working. Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
On third down, Coleman. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chain. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
A gain of 14.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. We're scoreless after 1. Dalton, 1st and 10. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Dalton operating in the red zone now. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, Something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screen.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. From 13 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Jason Myers set.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Niners take over first and 10.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Pickup brings up second and 3.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Coleman again.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup facing third and goal.
It's Coleman here. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1.
Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Right? That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And his kick is good. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
33-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. Open man is Anderson. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Down Panthers.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot in the end zone.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Dalton. Open man is Samuel, complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Myers' kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
49ers.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome, but I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Pride. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Dalton.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will approach NFL record territory. It's 8. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter.
Cordero Patterson on the return. The Niners take over first and 10 at their own.
Now Colin Kaepernick in the offense heading back out onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Samuel bringing in the slant. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are back within a score. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run.
Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there. Second down.
2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
To throw here, Dalton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina.
Pass complete.
DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers add on to their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. at their own 22.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Tackle made at the 24-yard
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
brings up 2nd and 9.
Play action. Now Kaepernick. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Coleman has it here right side. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. You can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Gain of 8 brings up 3rd and 9.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A short throw. This is caught by Cox. 3 yards the game there, 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Incomplete.
He was trying to go back to Moore there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
They'll run with McCaffrey. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And it's 3rd down.
One quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on third down, Dalton. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth, as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
Kaepernick was looking to throw, but didn't.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Yetur Gross-Matos. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Again, it's Kaepernick. Buying time to his left. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead will shrink to 6. A drive that time of 6 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
And now back out comes the offense. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Second and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Dalton here from the gun. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Panthers.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And the Panther first down.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
He's brought
5 yards remain on second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
This will be Dalton again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that falls incomplete.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina.
To Curtis Samuel.
Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game, and the Panthers add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the strike. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Open man is born. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle, and this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here we go, get off the field.
They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. You have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.